All right, this lesson is lesson 7.5, but it's the graphing calculator part of this lesson. I want you to pause this recording and write down these two inequalities. This is what we're going to use in our graphing calculator. Now, we have those two inequalities written down. I'm going to pull up my calculator. I am going to, for the sake of time, clear the memory on my calculator. Second plus 7, 1, 2. That puts me back at my standard viewing window, which is 10 to negative 10 on the x and the y. Now, when you are graphing inequalities, they must be in slope-intercept form. So, you go to y equals, and we type in our first inequality, which is x plus 3. So x, I'm using the wrong button on my calculator. Sorry, I'm using my computer screen. X plus 3. Now, use your back arrow and get to the line that is to the far left. Our inequality is greater than or equal to x plus 3. I am going to hit enter, enter. Now, since it is greater than, you want the shading above the line. See how that is now shaded above the line? Okay, let's go down. Our next equation is y is less than, so hit enter. It's slow. Enter, enter. Okay, I want this one below the line because our second inequality is y is less than x minus 4. So I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to type in x minus 4. Now, does anybody need help? Hold on, let me hit my pause. Go back and change your second equation, put a negative in front of the x. So, negative x minus 4. My shading is still going to be the same. I want greater than on my first and less than on my second. Then I'm going to hit graph. Now, there's our first line. There's our second line. I just changed it. I just made the problem up. Now, guys, can we all stop talking? This is a system of inequalities. The shading on the first line went up. The shading on the second line went down. And the part that I would shade overall would be right in this quarter of my diagram. If I want to know the point that they intersect at, you are going to do second, calculate, which is 5, enter, enter, enter. The intersection of those two lines is at negative 3.5 and negative 0.5. Now, the one thing that your calculator does not show you is dashed lines and solid lines. So if I gave this to you on a test, my first line was the line y equals x plus 3. And that we have greater than or equal to, that would be a solid line, and you would shade up. But I wouldn't shade there because it's only shading where they overlap. Then my second line is y equals negative x minus 4. You would draw this line as dash, dash, dashed because it's less than. I would require that you label the point of intersection, which we just found to be negative 3.5 and negative 0.5. And then the shading would be here where they overlap. You could do this by hand and just keep track of where the shading goes and find out where they overlap.